Now, OK, let's move on. A climate analyst has called for calm after the Met Office's latest UK climate assessment.
Now, this report shows that temperature and rainfall extremes are due to become the norm because of climate change.
Analyst Paul Homewood says his own climate analysis is far less alarmist than the Met Office's.
Well, Paul, no, wait a minute. No, we're not going to Paul. We're going by the director of Net Zero Watch, Andrew Montford. And Andrew, I suppose the question is, why should I listen to what Paul, what's his name's talking about, as opposed to an organisation like the Met Office?
OK, the thing to understand about this Met Office report is that it comes out every year. That tells you something about it. It's not a scientific paper. It's not, yeah, there is a scientific paper, but it's not really for scientific purposes. OK, they're doing this for messaging purposes. Climate is a long-term thing. You know, you look at the climate over decades and centuries, not from year to year. So by publishing just, there's an extra year's numbers, that doesn't tell you anything new about the climate. But what they're doing is using that extra year's data as an excuse to try to frighten you a bit more. So to put out this thing saying that calling for calm, I mean, what planet are these people on? I mean, we've just had a glorious spell of weather here. Yeah, it's been hot. It's not been as hot as 1976, but the idea that people need to be calmed down is just frankly preposterous. As I said before, the climate does change over long periods. And yes, it has been warming for several decades, but a trend of several decades in the climate is not unusual at all. Where we have very long climate records, and there are climate records, instrumental climate records that go back for centuries. So we have records of, say, the height of the River Nile running from the 8th century to the 15th century. So hundreds of years, and we can see that there are trends in that data lasting 150 years. So why would you worry about a 40-year trend in the temperature here? It could, it's very difficult to tell whether that is entirely natural or whether it's something to do with carbon dioxide. Man has adapted to climate changes for hundreds of thousands of years, for millions of years. So the idea that we can't adapt to a degree of warming is frankly bonkers. And they're just trying to frighten you. This is not about science. It's about frightening you.
So Andrew, they put the pressure on us to feel guilty about taking a 2-week holiday. We have to drive an electric car. We can't turn our heating on. All of these things. I mean, does any of that really make a difference?
Probably not in the greater scheme of things, no. The carbon dioxide levels are worldwide are going up. So the stuff that the UK is doing is frankly futile virtue signaling. And if you personally decide, not to take a holiday, that is even more futile virtue signaling. It makes absolutely no difference at all, because the annual increase in China's carbon dioxide emissions are bigger than the total of the UK's carbon dioxide emissions. So, don't worry about having your holiday. Go and take your holiday. Have a good time. Have a life.
Well, very good of you to say all of that, Andrew, but a lot of people might say, what planet are you living on? And because the thing is, you say they're out to scare us. They're doing a pretty good job, I would say. Are you scared? I'm scared.
I try not to be scared about anything, to be honest with you. I think life's too short, but it could be potentially getting shorter.
But, Andrew, it's interesting, you putting out that alternative argument today. We'll get people to listen to it. We'll get them to judge what they think. How scared are they? Is this working? Do they agree with you or not? They're going to have their say on the programme. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you,
and your analysis. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It is